Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Fixing It, and today we're going to change the rear brakes on my Mustang GT. Alright guys, you got the wheel off. First thing you want to do is unhook the emergency brake or the parking brake, and this is how you do it. You just pull this up. Let me show you. Hold on. Alright guys, make sure the parking brake is off. You're going to grab it and pull it and push it towards the car, and it comes out, okay? Next thing, you got to remove a little C-clip that's there. Now this cable, you could pull it, you could just pull it out, okay? You may have to like bang it over here, it might be a little corroded, so just bang it. It'll come right out, okay? First thing you want to do is take off the caliper. In order to do that, you got to take off these bolts. These are 13 millimeters, one here and one down here. Let's do that. Alright, now take a screwdriver and just pry it off. Alright guys, next step is taking off this bracket because we're going to change the rotors. So if you're not going to change the rotors, you just got to slap new brake pads on and that's it. But we're going to change the rotors. I recommend you do. So let's take off these two 15 millimeter bolts back here, one here and one on the bottom, okay? Alright, now you can remove the rotor. If this thing gets stuck, just kind of whack it with a hammer or something. We need to compress this caliper. So in order to do that, these, you can't just squeeze them. You gotta like actually squeeze them and twist them at the same time. And there's a tool for that. Alright guys, this is the tool you need. So in order to make this work, you need to see these little tabs. So you need to match that up with one of these things. So I'm gonna use number 6. That's the one that fits on it. Okay, so this goes right here like that. So let me show you how to set up the tool. Alright guys, you got this piece. This is gonna go through the back. Okay, like that. And then this is gonna go in the front. And this is magnetic, so just gonna put it in place like that. And match up the holes, okay? So this is gonna go between the caliper. Like that. So what you're gonna do is make this go back against, and then you twist. These rotors, and they come from the factory with some kind of oil, so what you want to do is spray these with some brake cleaner and then wipe them off. Do the same on the other side. Alright guys, put some brake cleaner over here just to clean all this stuff. Alright guys, clean this up a little bit before you put the rotor back on. And throw a little bit of grease so it doesn't stick. Now you can put your rotor on. Alright guys, before you put this bracket back on, you're going to take off the slide pins and you're going to clean them up and then grease them. And then slide it back in. Make sure the boot goes over, okay? Do the same thing on this side. Alright guys, I put a lug nut here to hold this rotor in place while I put this back on. So this is gonna go just like this. And then you're gonna take your 15 millimeter bolt. Start it here. Alright guys, these are your new pads. This is what they look like. Look at the difference between the old one. There was like nothing left on this. Alright guys, you got the hardware. You need to put this in. And this goes on the sides here, just like this one. Okay, so the way you do this, you just kind of put it in like that. Okay, and then once it snaps in, just take this screwdriver and make sure the tab is forward a little bit so it grabs. See? I don't know if you can see it. See how this tab is forward a little bit? That's what grabs the whole thing together, okay? Alright guys, you got another piece of hardware. This goes in the caliper itself, so you're going to take this part and slide it in here, okay? Let me show you what it looks like from the other side. So you're going to slide it in and push up. Alright, so this part came out, see it? And then you're going to slide it back. As you push it, slide it back like that. That's it. And that's the way it looks like from the other side, okay? We're going to put a little grease on that clip you just put on, okay? And what that clip does is keep these little springs and something to rub on, okay? So, and then we're going to put a little grease on here, up here, and also on the other side, where the pads are going to slide in and out. Okay. Alright, so now your pads just go right here in place. Alright, and do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, now you just put the caliper in place. You might have to push this in a little bit. And put in your 13mm bolts back in there. Alright guys, just gotta put the wheel back on and that's it. That's all that's to it. I hope this video helped you out. Like and subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Take care.